Good afternoon. This is Melissa with the StockSwoosh.com, and today I'm reviewing a play that I called in the trading room today. This was SPLS. This was a gap down today, and I liked it this morning. I liked it. And the interesting thing is it actually went to the maximum target. That does not happen every single day. And I did say $12. This thing could go to $12 today. I said this thing could go to $12 today. And lo and behold, it went to 1208. It was a really nice, beautiful play. It actually just ran out of day. And then this was short covering into the close here at 345. Here was the gap. I read in a letter, another company's letter, that this was a call to do a swing trade long on Monday, actually. Here. And that was a call I would never have made. I would never tell anyone to buy anything that looks like this. It's in a downtrend. Okay, until it corrects itself, which this hasn't done and isn't doing, and didn't even do the day of this bullish gap. Look at this. You can even tell that this bullish gap wasn't a good bullish gap, wasn't a high-rated gap because of the way that it looks. You can even tell by just looking at it. Okay, buying did not come into this to force this up on the day to correct the chart and change this trend back up around here. You can tell just looking at the bar. You don't even have to look at the overall picture, but it's definitely there in the overall picture as well. Reality is this was a terrible call to buy. And like I say all the time, you cannot pick bottoms to buy stuff. And yet another company, a very big company, a large company, called this as a swing core trade to buy it on Monday, 2 days ago. I know it did a daily buy setup, but that is not a good one. It is a terrible one. It is a horrible one. This chart is in a downtrend. And lo and behold, it had earnings and gap down today. So, unfortunately, the people that bought in here based on that other company's call lost money. You have to be careful when you take someone else's calls. You better trust that person. You better talk to that person. You better know that person. You better know what the heck that place is doing. Do not take calls from people on stuff if you don't know that they're a good trader. And you definitely can't do it in a letter of sorts unless you know the person that's writing the letter. If it's an anonymous letter sent out by a company and you take the call, good luck, okay? Half the people that are making these things aren't real traders. They're not real traders, okay? Or they're not good traders. It's challenging to be a good trader. I'm learning and teaching and making myself better every single solitary day for myself, to make more money trading for myself. And as a result of that, that is reflective in my teaching with people, all right? And that's the reason why I am a good teacher, because I'm constantly picking and looking at stuff, trying to see microscopic things in the charts, all right? Which I saw in this today, that it was going to work. I wanted it to hold $13. I saw it this morning. I said, you know what? This isn't perfect. It's not that great, but I like it. It's probably going to work. As long as it holds $13, we're going to do it. And it did. Okay? Here's the pre-market stuff, and I wasn't even concerned about the green pre-market. I saw all this pre-market. I said, it's a little too much green, but you know what? As long as it holds $13, it's fine. Booped up here to $13 at 8:30 and never saw it again. And it was good. I really didn't. I didn't trade the afternoon. I usually don't. And came back and looked at this and saw it went to $12. I could have shorted this into here into the 2 o'clock reversal time. This is actually a beautiful trade this morning. This is the one I called in the room. Saw it again here, do this here. Saw it again here, do this here, and then I just was done for the day. But 2 o'clock, here was the trade. When it went here at 12:45, you could have shorted it right here. Okay, you could have shorted it right here at 12:41. The stop would have had to be at 12:51. It was a 10-cent stop. And it ran down, over 40 cents. So it was 4-to-1 risk. That was a good risk to reward right there. Also, you could have gotten in this here. And after this triggered here at 2 o'clock, you could have lowered the stop. And you could have added to the trade. You could have added to the trade and taken more here into the retest, which is right here. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. And put the stop over 45. Look at that. Perfect. 12:45, 12:45, 12:44. This is a really nice chart. Here it is over here too. Look at that. Look at that. I'm going to have to go over this in my room tomorrow morning, because I don't think everybody did this in the afternoon. I know some people did this in my room in the morning. Some people did AEO. But anyways, because I call both of them. But here's the thing. This ended up falling off a cliff then into the close. And of course, you got to get out even if it doesn't touch down the target, which was $12. Why? Because that's a beautiful trade there. You got to take your profits. In fact, let's find what the 1208 number was. Do 1205 was the open here. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Right there. Okay. That's what it did. There. Okay. So that was a nice, beautiful. This is a nice chart. This is a really good chart. Look at that. Nice formation here in the 5-minute. So you could have shorted it here in the 5-minute at 1276 and taken this run down. You could have even shorted it back up here when it retested here and taken it down. You could have grabbed it right here because you knew it was going to break and it couldn't even get a breath and taken it down. And you had the market with you all morning, by the way. Then you got to wait for it to rally. It's too late. It's 10:30. Tried to rally here. Here was the entry in the 5-minute. I actually did call this in the room. I didn't take it. I regret not taking it now. But this was a beautiful entry right here. 1247, stop over 51. Never violated that, by the way. Could have taken more here in this retest. It fell off. Look at this nice hilly formation. What a beautiful pricing of this retest here. What a beautiful chart. The numbers on this are so good. So I said today that this gap wasn't great, but it was good to play if it had a nice entry. If we could find a solid play in it, I want a solid play in this because I said the gap wasn't great. As it turns out, it ended up having great plays. So you take a decent gap and you find great plays, and that's how you make money. And you can really make money if you have a great gap and great plays. But even good gaps can provide great plays if you know how to find them. All right, that's the reality of the situation. This thing ended up paying today, and it was a beautiful, beautiful chart. And the place to call this as a buy here as a swing trade was a terrible call. Do not ever buy something that is in a downtrend. Do not ever short something that's in an uptrend. The only way you ever take a position against the daily trend of a stock is if you're taking it on a gap play. What do I mean by that? I mean a stock is in a downtrend and it does a corrective gap up. Okay? A corrective bullish gap. A gap that is going to correct the chart into a new direction. The new direction is the day of the gap. And therefore, you can go the opposite direction of the daily chart because it's the first day of the change in trend. So you take the position. You must know how to properly read and rate gaps in order to do that. If you do not, then you need to learn. And you can learn from someone like me who picks and analyzes and studies gaps and trades them well and looks at 26 things, 26 points, and 26 rates that I use to find something on a daily chart to tell if the gap is good. I mean, that's how many things I look at to determine if a gap is good. Now, what would this have had to do to fix the gap here? If it would have been a bullish gap, when would it have been a buy? Which it was a short today, and it still is a short, it's still a downtrend. But in order for this to fix itself, here, it has to go all the way up here. All right? If it goes all the way up here, it's clear. All right? So that's the scoop on SPLS. Beautiful, beautiful down gap today. Hopefully, the people in my room did go back and play it in the afternoon. You know, I told them $12. I said $12 is a dream target on this. You never know. So if you're interested in learning how to trade gaps with me, my next class is this weekend, March 9th and 10th. I still have a few spots left for the class. It's called the Golden Gap. The cost is $15.99. And if you're interested in more information about the class or signing up this weekend, please contact me by tomorrow, Thursday, March 7th. My name is Melissa, and you can email me at melissa@thestockswoosh.com. Thanks, and have a great night.